Well, today I've been asked to service the JCB big backhoe. Never had much experience with something this large. I've run a little backhoe before, which was actually pretty cool. But this is really large. I'd be excited to learn how to use this. It's got some hydraulic leaks that cost about $100 or so per hose to patch it up, so it's on standby. I would love to be able to get a hold of this thing and play around. Really nice hefty machine. So my project today is to do an oil change. The oil filter is really convenient. The drain plug is really convenient. I can see it down there. Not quite sure how many quarts this is going to take. Let me see, the dipstick is right here. Oil filler. Oil dipstick, and the filler cap is up there, so I have to figure out how to get the hood open. Again, I've never messed with one of these, so I'm not quite sure. Looks like I'm going to have to take off the exhaust and the air filter to get the hood open. From the way it looks. And yep, I have to take off the exhaust and the air filter to get the hood open. Hopefully that'll work. I'm going to put on my protective gloves before I start working here. And check the fluids and general maintenance. Oh, that was easy enough, no tools needed. Getting the hood open was easier than I expected. I have to check the air filter. Might as well check the battery water levels while I'm here. And here's the oil filler cap. Oil dipstick. Pretty simple. Just a basic engine. Might as well check the antifreeze too. Plain old simple engine. Looks pretty small, really. Seriously, I've seen Volkswagens with larger sized engines, at least in overall length. Well, anyway, we'll get this going and get my tools and get the oil draining out. A homemade oil drip pan. Looks like it was actually a gasoline can cut open. Sort of sad, but whatever. I guess it works. For whatever reasons they had. Let's see if I can get this thing going here. I'm gonna have to get something to lay on. Be right back. I sure hope this isn't torqued down too hard. Sometimes these can be hard to get open, depending on who did it last and how hard to put it on. Yep, this is one of those cases. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Just like working on a car. Let that drain out. Now get the oil filter off, which can also sometimes be easy and sometimes it can be hard. It should only be on hand tight all the time. They get tight. Yeah, I need a wrench. No, I'll get a wrench. I'll be back. Well, here's a wrench, oil filter wrench. Works by just slipping this rubber strap through to tighten. To loosen, you hit the plunger, loosen it up. It's really simple actually. It's a universal size. Slip it tight on there, and wrench the filter off. Oops, maybe a bit tighter. Yeah, that one's on there. Sometimes they're really on there tight. Wow. Generally, that shouldn't be the problem. Yep, sometimes the filters are on there hard. Yeah. Got a metal one. Let me see if that makes a difference. Here's a metal wrench. Just works by tightening around, and basically the same type of method. Let's see what if I can get some more strength out of the metal one. Yeah, that one works better. Thought the rubber one would be better. In this case, that thing is on there. Oh yeah, because the metal one really wrenches down into the filter. Torques in there nice. That's good. You can see it crushed right into the filter and gripped. And in this case, the metal one's better. I like it. Ah, there we go. The oil is flowing into the pan. Wasn't much in it. Been sitting a long time. Big oil filter. Take this and dispose of it in the drain pan properly here. It's hot today. It's hot, but not so bad as the other day. We had 105 degrees. It knocked me flat on my back the other day. So here we got an oil drain pan, this big old metal bin, which is it drains into a 5-gallon oil container, and just let that drain out for disposal. See how that looks inside. Use a drop of oil. Sorry for the shakiness. Well, there's nothing in there. Not sure if that was an air filter element or just a pre-dirt catcher. I would have thought that was the air filter. Ah, there it is. Again, this is my first work with such a machine. It's got to be down inside this guy here, big canister. See how it looks. Oh, that's a long screw. There we go. Oh. Not pretty from the looks of it. Time to order an air filter. This is learning by doing. I was told to service this beast, and so I'm just doing it. Figure things out as you go. Oh, that's terrible. Oh. Yeah, that's beyond dirty. I'm going to take it over with, hit it with the air filter. But we definitely need to order one of these. That's disgusting. Yeah. Might hit it with the air hose. It's funny I said air filter. That's really bad. I've got an air compressor at my disposal. That isn't even, it's not even blowing any dirt, surprisingly. There's nothing coming out of that. Just large chunks. Nothing. Yeah, that's not making any difference at all. That's beyond saving. Well, put that on order. There's an inner filter element as well. Looks to be oil soaked, but that doesn't look so bad. I'm going to put the screw back on, put this back together and leave it. I'm leaving the filter out for now for cross-referencing on. Look up a new filter for this thing. That needs replacing. I'm also supposed to check the fuel filter, so I gotta find it. Fluid reservoir. It's open. Okay. I think that's your gas fillet. Okay. Well, the oil is pretty much done dripping. Put the screw back in. Actually, everything you see here can be used for DIY car oil change. There's usually a drain plug somewhere in the bottom of the oil pan. Let all the oil out. Normally you should warm your engine up for a couple minutes first. Helps the oil drain out, but 90-degree temperatures outside, that's not such a real problem here. Everything's liquefied in this heat. You want to put the thing on tight, but not too much torque. You don't want to strip the threads, and you don't really need to torque it down. Now, first thing I want to do is put on a new filter. With a new filter, you want to wet the gasket with some fresh oil so it seats nicely. So I'm dipping my finger in the oil can, running it around the lip here. It's awkward trying to do this in front of the camera. There, now it's ready. Helps it make a nice seal. We can go ahead and put that in place. Now this just gets tightened on by hand firmly. You do not want to torque that down hard. Nice and snug by hand. That's pretty good like that. Now, since I have no idea how much goes in here, I'm just going to put in a little bit at a time into the valve cover. And I'll just have to check the fluid with a dipstick as I go. Need to get a rag. Since we have no manual for this old machine, it's all in the guesswork. So I'll be right back with a rag. This 20W50 is what I was told to put in this engine oil. It's the only thing I was actually told. Everything else is just figuring it out as I go. I'm going to need a funnel. Thought I could pour it, but it's too awkward between these things. Maybe I can do it the other way. Oh yeah, there it goes. I'll pour a few quarts in here and then let it settle a minute and check it. Gotta let the oil settle down for a minute before you check the dipstick. And clean it off with a rag though. It's got a minimum and maximum markings on it, which you can't see in the camera. Same as a car. Nothing yet. I'll let it sit for a minute and make sure. Just gonna let that settle for a minute. Got 4 quarts of oil in, and you can see just a tiny tip on the dipstick. Just starting to show up. I'm gonna put another quart in. And a little bit more, half a quart. Let's just about a quart. You can see on the oil can, conveniently marked. I'll let that settle a minute and check the dipstick again. I don't know if you can see that on that dipstick there. It's at the minimum level, so I think I'm going to pop in that last quart. We'll let that sit and check it again in a minute. It's halfway between minimum and max, so I'm going to put another half a quart in there and then it'll be done. Decided I might as well pull this out. Check the thing while I'm doing this. Wouldn't hurt to put it on order. Who knows how old it is. It's the inner air filter. Well, it's not terrible, but I don't know how old it is. I might set it out there and let it be replaced too. Let the guys make their choice on that. October 04 is the date on it. 10 years old. Not horrible, but I'll let them make their decision. Well, there's the fuel filter. I'm not taking it off. I'm going to write down the number and order a new one. That'll have to wait for another day. The Aussies have holiday now for up to 4 weeks because it's their summer. So a lot of the shops are closed right now. So some of the parts will have to wait. Pretty simple stuff. Almost easier than a car, I think. Get that closed up. The antifreeze filler, the radiator's up in here, and the hose comes down. I found the filler way down here. So I'm going to top off the antifreeze while I'm at it. I can't see a thing. I don't know if the camera can help me. Get into a different angle in there. Probably not. I can't even see it. But I'm going to try to get a funnel and see if I can get some fluid in there. Top that off while I'm at it. The only way to reach that is to use a little container with a filler neck on it. Some antifreeze premix. See if I can get that in there neatly. Can't see a thing, so I just gotta top it off. There it is. Alright, it wasn't low much at all. That'll be good. At least I now know I can take that off the list and say I did it without a guilty conscience. Hate to have this thing burn up after I serviced it.